Greetings everyone. Today in the course of Software Engineering Process Tools and Methods, I'm going to explain the topic CMMI. Let's see first what is mean by CMM, then we will move on to what is CMMI. So CMM is nothing but a process model and it defines the characteristics or the best practices of a good process. It does not prescribe how the process should be done, and also it allows the organization the freedom to interpret the model to suit to its particular context and according to the business needs. Now, the CMM is developed by the Software Engineering Institute in the early 1990s itself. It is nothing but a framework to help the software organizations to improve the software process maturity. We have different levels which we will be discussing about that in the subsequent following slides and all. The CMMI is nothing but a successor of the old CMM. So we will see in depth about what is CMMI in this presentation in the following slides. Mainly the CMMI, when we see through this, each process area consists of some set of goals, and these must be implemented by set of related practices in order for the process area to be satisfied. So the main motivation, if we go to the main motivation of CMMI, it is nothing but it improves the customer satisfaction, and it allows the measurement of some software processes, and even the products can be measured using CMMI. It allows the projects and the products to be um, managed quantitatively in terms of quantitative. Also we can manage and we can measure and we can improve the customer satisfaction. Due to these motivational factors only, the CMMI was found, and it's been followed in current trend also. Now let us see what are all the maturity levels available. See, we can see in this picture, the first level is initial. So it is the level is described as level 1 is L1. So it is denoted as L1. So when we see in the second level is managed, the third is defined, fourth is quantitatively managed, then optimizing. See, these are all the process areas according to particular level. In one level there are some key process areas which has to be followed, which has to be satisfied in that particular level. Like when we see this managed level, we have many process areas, key process areas. Those key process areas will be represented as KPA. So the key process areas in level 2 managed level is requirements management. This is a base, like when we have to develop any kind of process, we should first know the requirements or the needs of the customer. When we manage that, only we can move on to further levels. So requirements management, which plays a major role in managed level. Then the project planning, every management planning, taking control analysis, configuration management, all those process areas will be handled in this managed level. Next we can move to the defined level. Defined in sense, whatever requirements has been collected in this, in the below level 2, it will be developed. Whichever is planned will be executed in this defined level. So after you develop, we just verify it, we validate it. According to validation, we will find any kind of defect, any kind of risk is associated with a project, like with the process. Any risk management can be taken down, and according to the risk, if we want to analyze, if we can use decision analysis, and we can give solution for that particular kind of risk. So those things will be handled in defined level. Next is quantitatively managed. Quantitatively managed in that sense, the organization process, the performance will be evaluated. Mm, how much the project has been quantitatively managed, that will be assessed in the quantitatively managed stage. Next is optimizing in sense, what are all the analysis can be done, in what are all the ways the innovation can be done, what are all the ways the solution can be given to a problem, like those things, the optimal way to get a better process than the usual current trend, those things will be analyzed in this fifth level, that is optimizing. Now in depth we will move on to the particular maturity level, like the five levels and its associated things will be done, what all the things will be done in those levels. So the first is initial level. In the initial level, the process will be mostly unpredictable. You cannot predict what will be happening in the next level because it's very base level. Everything will be normal, everything you cannot able to predict it, and it cannot be controlled also. That's what it comes under unpredictable level, and it is mostly reactive. Anything may happen. So if anything may happen, it is usually in uncontrollable way. So in this level, like the high quality software might be produced, but the cost, including the long hours, a high level of rework, over budget schedule, and unhappy customers will be there in this initial level. The project will not be consistent. uh, the success factor will be dependent on some other things, so the project will not be a consistent performance in this level. Then the next is the managed level. So there it is uncontrolled. Here the specific process will be categorized, and the projects should be managed in this level. So the status of the work products produced by the process will be visible to the management at the major milestones. When we see the project management practices, they are in the place to manage the project, and the elementary set of measures will be defined, like the budget, schedule, effort variance, all those things will be managed and measured. The main thing in this level is to manage the processes. Then we will move on to the next level, that is defined level. In terms of defined levels, here before the processes are reactive, here it will become proactive, in sense like we will see the like this maturity level 3, in this level the organization will have some standard processes defined which supports the whole organization. These standard processes will ensure consistency in the way the project should be conducted across the organization. So those things will be the standards, every those things will be defined at this level 3. There are some particular guidelines defined that the organization should follow, that will allow the process to tailor and apply each project. And these standards, they are in place for design and development, and the procedures defined for effective risk management will be there in this defined level. Decision analysis, as I said before, using those picture of the maturity levels, so those decision analysis, everything will be taken care at this particular level. Next is quantitatively managed. In quantitatively managed, the organization set a quantitative goals for performance of key processes, and these processes will be controlled using some statistical techniques. The process will be stable at this level. Before, the process will be unstable. At this particular level, all the processes will become stable, and it will perform within narrowly defined, some according the standards are defined, so within limits only it will be able to perform its particular task. The software process and the product quality goals, they are also set and managed at this level. Next is optimizing. in this level, particular level, the organization has continuous process improvement culture in place, and the process will be improved based on the quantitative understanding of the variation. The main thing is like defect prevention activities will be an essential important role in this optimizing. We should find a way to optimize the process at this particular level so we can deliver a good process at the end. Then we have the capability levels, like we have some two kinds of representations, like see, the CMMI will support two types of representation. One is continuous representation and staged representation. We will see like a continuous representation in sense it will be focused on some selection of process areas, whereas in stage now it will be very specific on selection of process areas, very specific. The continuous representation in sense we will have a comb shaped capability profile. We can see like when we tilt it vertically, this shape looks like a comb shaped. Mm, the profile of the continuous representation will be comb shaped as displayed in this image. One by one we will see what is the continuous representation, what is staged representation. Continuous representation, and like we have 6 capability levels in the um, continuous representation. One is the first one is CL0, that is incomplete. Incomplete in sense no requirements will be defined, it will be just a base. Okay, every organization will automatically achieve this as it is the first step to enter. Every organization should automatically do this level. The next is CL1, that is performed. Mm, in this level, like the process achieves some specific goals. And the next is CL2, that is managed. The level CL1 and the process will be managed. That is the thing which take place in CL2. In CL3, the CL2 and the process is derived from a standard process. So standardization, setting rules, those things will be done in CL3. CL4 is quantitatively managed. Here in this, the CL3 and the process is under statistical control. And then CL5 optimizing. Here the CL4 and the process is continuously improved using data from statistical and quantitative control. In case of staged, we have some step-by-step levels. That's what's the we can see it is a stage by stage, level by level, step by step, those things. It is originally taken from CMMI predecessor, that is CMM. Stage representation will assign a single maturity level to an organization. Um, See, we have ML, maturity level 1, so it is the initial level. Similar to continuous, here also the same thing will be there. Here there will be no requirements. Here the project will be managed. Here the standards will be defined. Here some statistical control will be taken over, and here some improvement measures will be taken, same as those, but here it will be in terms of staged representation. Mm, we have seen we have covered everything related to CMMI according, like what is the motivation, what is the representation, different types of representation, maturity models, everything we have seen related to CMMI. Thank you for watching.